Get a feel for the excitement in Texas classrooms these days. Stay tuned at halftime for Hooray for Excellence. Report Diamond Shamrock, in cooperation with the University Interscholastic League, invited all Texas schools to tell us about their innovative programs for achieving academic excellence. Dick Bay will present some samples of those innovative programs at halftime. That's coming up shortly. At halftime, Hooray for Academic Excellence. We'll also be talking with Charlie Breithaupt, the UIL Athletic Director out of Austin, and we'll be talking with Mike Abington, who is the General Manager of the Alamo Dome, about their great effort of getting this thing ready to play in less than 24 hours.
Playoff game in history here in San Antonio. As far as the game is concerned, Gary and folks, Churchill, to win this game, they're going to have to put pressure on Drew Brees. Drew Brees can, if he can sit back there and throw the ball all day, he'll pick you apart. Also, the defense is going to have to make some adjustments. I know that they've been doing it for the past 2 weeks, and they're going to have to make some adjustment to stop the run and the pass. The Churchill offense really is very, very impressive. They're going to give the Austin Westlake Chaparrals a challenge down on the field, because I know that if they run the ball, they're going to have to stop that, but they can't just stop the run. They're going to have to stop the pass too, because Ryan Merrick right now is on target. He's throwing the ball very good. I look for a very, very interesting game. The crowd right now, Churchill brought everybody. It looks like it's just almost packed down here in the lower level. Austin brought a great crowd also. Gary, this is going to be one heck of a game.
Well, I think Mac Anderson's got some technical problems on the far side, the Westlake sideline. Are you able to read us yet, Mike? Mac? No, you can't do it, so he'll be bringing us reports from the Chaparral side of the field. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the kickoff in 1 minute after this message. We want to welcome Diamond Shamrock back to our broadcast on Ken's AM 1160 tonight in San Antonio, the sponsor of high school football playoffs in Texas for the past 35 years. We want to welcome North Star Mall, the Hack Shack on Bitters Road, Mama's Restaurants in San Antonio, and El Jaro, number 1 and number 2. That's the catering service. So thanks to all of those fine local sponsors as well as Diamond Shamrock for being a part of this great high school football game. Let's look now at the starting lineups. As you heard Earl Kincaid say a moment ago, Chris Reeves will try to go at right tackle, and they hope so because he's their biggest offensive lineman, unless Brian O'Connor's in there at 238. Chris is 6 feet 228, a senior. Peyton Campbell, the tight end, 6'1", 178, a senior. Zach Sturm, 6 foot 211 pound junior. Mike Ford, 6'2", 30, senior. Jeff Elmore, 6'1", 190, a senior. Josh Dim, 5'11", 217, a junior. And Brandon Rampani will be working over there with Jeremy Titus at wide receiver, 5'10", 165. Titus, 6 foot 185, a senior. Then you'll have Ryan Merrick, 6'2", 180, a senior, has 1,646 yards coming into this ballgame, 103 of 202, 16 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions thrown all season. Eric Reed, 5'9", 168, a junior, and Derek Gary, 5'11", 180, a senior. That's the offensive unit. Defensively, you'll have Jason Pfeiffer, 5'11", 190, a senior. Ben DeLaune, 6 feet 190, a senior. You have Devin Schultz, 6'1", 204, senior, and Travis Eichenhorst, 6'3", 225, a junior at right defensive end. In the back three are the linebackers, Matt Matza, 6'1", 200, senior. Jeff White, 6'1", 195, a senior. Derek Hyzek, 5'11", 175, a senior. And then you'll have Johnny Rogers, one of the finest safety men in the state of Texas, 6'1", 180, a senior. Jeremy Amos, 5'10", 180, a senior. And at right cornerback, Aaron Santizo, 6', 190, a senior. And Tim Kia, 5'9", 160, a senior. Those are your starting lineups. Our official statistician tonight in our booth is Walter Stoops. Eddie Morris is the man at the controls. Mac Anderson on the field on the Westlake side. Mo Aguilar on the Churchill side. Shannon DeLaune with me in the booth. And Kevin Brock and Julie are back in the studio at Ken's Radio. And let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. This is the Diamond Shamrock Football Network. So Shannon, this should be an outstanding ball game. The Judson Rockets defeated Galena Park North Shore today. That was kind of a stunner. And of course, Texas stunned Nebraska by 10. They said it couldn't be done. They're saying tonight that there's no way the Chargers can beat the Chaparral, so let's see what happens.
Well, like we always say, anything can happen in high school football, and Earl Kincaid has the Churchill Chargers fired up and ready to go here this evening. But as you know, Austin Westlake is very, very tough, and they're going to have to shut down the passing game. And then they've got little Rockin' Robin, as we call him, who is so quick and has such wonderful acceleration. But I tell you what, it's going to be exciting. Something we might mention is you can hear it here, and we don't have a crowd mic out tonight like we usually do. Everything that you're hearing out of this Alamo Dome is coming through our headsets, and that tells you that the house is a-rockin', and we're ready to play some football.
Dylan Becker will kick it away. You have Brandon Rampani and Derek Gary deep at the goal line. We're underway in 5A, and here's a long kick. Gonna go short. It's taken by Centeno. 20, 25, 30 to the 31-yard line. So it didn't go to Gary. A 16-yard return by Billy Centeno. His mom and dad are here tonight. Coach Centeno is his father on the Churchill sideline. So it's at the 31, 1st and 10. Mo, good return.
Gary, Billy Centeno got a line drive shot, and that's exactly what he needs to do, catch the ball. They're going to start off their offensive unit at about the 31-yard line. Good field position.
Rampani left. Pio will also go over there on a double wideout set to the left. Merrick looks over a 43 defense. He's back to pass on the first play. He throws, it's caught, and it's going to be a 4-yard gain. That's it. But it's still good, and it's completed to Peel, and making the stop at linebacker is Jeff White, the big guy. He was so instrumental in that victory 2 weeks ago over Clark, and Devin Shade also on the play. So it's 2nd and 6. About 5.5, actually. Rampani wide left, and Paul Kirschbaum wide right. He had a great game last week against Harlingen. Merrick to Derek Gary. Oh, they got him. And at the bottom of the stack is Jesse Pfeiffer over at left defensive end. No gain for Derek. Also Matt Matza, 3rd and 5. Maybe a loss of a half a yard. No, I guess not. So it's 3rd and a long 5.
It looks like they gave him forward progress. They're going to give him just past the 35-yard line, almost to the 36.
So no gain. 3rd and 5. Titus and Rampani set wide right. Churchill's got to control the ball against this high-powered offense. This is Merrick. He's back. He's got time. He's going to be stopped, though. He gets a couple of yards. Great coverage downfield, and that's why he had to eat the football. So it's 4th and punt. Great coverage downfield as Johnny Rogers was deep against Titus.
He did. Ryan Merrick had all day to throw just then, and that tells you how good the coverage was downfield, because he looked to the left, looked to the right, came back to the left, and then a little hole opened up the middle, and they got stuck.
And you have a deep man, and that's Jeremy Amos. He can fly, and the up man is Johnny Rogers. The bad snap from center, but the kick is away. A beautiful, high, spiraling kick. And Amos takes it at the 18 on a fair catch. Almost decided to run, but he didn't, so it's 1st and 10 at the 18 on a brilliant kick. And Churchill was stuffed on the run again. That's a 43-yard kick, Mo.
Well, Gary, that's where Jeremy Titus comes in handy for the Churchill Chargers with that powerful leg. Not only can he punt, but he can kick a pretty long field goal, too. He's going to be real costly for the Churchill Chargers tonight.
So we have Drew Brees at quarterback. You'll have Robin and Jamie Tyler as the running backs in motion. Coming to the left is Ryan Reed. Look out. This is the toss. It is complete to the 30. It's going to be a 12-yard pickup. Complete to Ryan Reed. Making the stop is Mike Huggins. Also coming up is Zach Willoughby. They'll have to stop that, but that's a first down. On the first play, they go for 12. From about the 19 to the 31. 1st and 10. It didn't take them long, did it?
Drew Brees is so comfortable behind this big Austin offensive line. They give him time to pass, and he just is able to settle down and really pick his receiver. That's what makes him such a great young quarterback.
Seth McKinney, 6'5", 290, blocking against Damian Dixon, 5'10", 180. Here's Brees pitching it. Bad pass, but it's caught, and good defensive coverage, but it's a 5-yard gain anyway. And it was Robin carrying and Damian Dixon making the hit. So it's a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Up to the 37-yard line. Just underway. Churchill had a possession. No score. 9:20 to play. First quarter. And the Chaparrals are on the move already. They've gone from their own 19. Churchill in a 5-man front. In motion. Reed. Brees rolls to his left. Dixon throws. It is caught on the run, and it's complete. And Churchill got the ball, a fumble.
Oh, boy.
Gary, that was a pop by number 40, Willoughby, who made a good hit on number 20 from the Chaparrals, Robbins, and the ball just jarred loose on its way down, and great break for Churchill because Chaparrals were moving the ball.
Yeah, they looked great, unstoppable, but here come the Chargers stopping them.
Thibodeau came up with the fumble recovery. That's exactly what Earl Kincaid said he wanted to do. He said he wanted to get the turnovers and try to make something out of it. Let's see if the Churchill Chargers can capitalize on this turnover.
At the 49, great position on the field. Rampani, wide right with the Gibbs. Wide left is Peel. Pitch back. Gary. He gets nowhere. Still on his feet and finally ridden out by 3 Chaparrals. And making the first hit on him is Matt Matza, the left linebacker. Then he's joined by 2 other Roadrunner teammates. So that's a loss back to the 46 from the 49, a 3-yard loss. So the Chargers, having difficulty moving offensively.
They are. Derek Gary is really going to have to start picking this hole, and the Churchill offensive line is going to have to make things happen for him, because you know that when you have a prolific runner like Derek Gary, that you've got to have some holes open because they're going to be keying on him all day.
Eric Reed is the up man. Rampani is the wingman right. He's in motion right to left. Going from my left to right. Merrick, here's the reverse, goes to Rampani. He's got daylight, but he's tripped up. Oh, he got back to the line of scrimmage. He had daylight, but a great tackle made in the secondary by Tim Kia. He would have had 10 or 15 yards if Kia hadn't stretched his hand out and nabbed him at the line of scrimmage, the initial line of scrimmage, so it's a gain of 3. It is 3rd and 10. Churchill cannot start any. This is so reminiscent of the MacArthur game, isn't it?
It really is. MacArthur, they matched up for size, but they could just never get anything going, and Churchill's going to have to get something started here.
Trip set left. In motion is Kirschbaum. 18 yards in from the far side of the field. Merrick is back to pass. He's got plenty of time. He throws. He's got a man in the clear. It's caught down to the 40. And it is Kirschbaum. 30, 25, 20,
oh,
15,
boy, look
10.
at here.
He may go.
My
He will
goodness,
score.
that is a nip.
But they say he's out of bounds at the 25.
Oh, they say he stepped out right there, I believe, right in front of Mo.
Did he step out, Mo?
Yes, he sure did. Number 1 for the Churchill Chargers. The Chaparrals came by Jeremy Amos and just almost tripped him, but when he did, his foot stepped right here on this white line, and unfortunately for Churchill, but what a great run.
I cannot believe the effort that he put out running the ball. That was amazing.
26 yards. Eric Reed comes out. Now you have double set left, triple set left. Handoff. Derek Gary picks a hole. He gets 2.
Gary, real quickly, they showed the replay up here, and it looked like his heel didn't even touch this white mark, but the way that I saw it down here, it sure looked like he did, but I looked up there at the replay, and boy, that was very, very close.
Well, you heard the boos from everyone. That's right when they showed the replay on the Jumbotron here in the Alamo Dome. That sure is a neat thing to see in high school football, is it not?
It's not
it shows that he didn't step out, I guess. So it's trip set right. In motion goes Kirschbaum. 2nd and 8. Here's the fake, and here's the inside. The counter to Reed. He's free. Down to the 20. He's out of the 15. He may go. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He'll score!
Oh, boy.
Eric Reed. 23 yards. A voyage into the sea of Hudson helmets. A hero in the end zone.
That broke it wide open. There's the capitalizing on the turnovers. And Eric Reed has a way of really mixing up the offense. He's a small guy, and he is quick. He can hit the holes, and he's a great cutback runner. He just showed you proof of it. He headed to the left. It closed down to the left. He cut hard back to the right, found an open hole, and was able to squirt it into the end zone. Oh, boy.
6 plays, 49 yards. Churchill takes the lead early. 6:35 in the first quarter. Here's Titus. There's a whistle, though, before the ball is ever kicked. And let's go down to Mo.
Well, that's going to be legal procedure on the Churchill Charger line, and they're going to have to move back a little bit, but Jeremy Terry shouldn't have any problem with this. As far as that run is concerned, you got to give a lot of credit to those coaches over here on the offensive side. This Chaparral defense is so aggressive that they go on every movement and they go hard into the gaps. And that misdirection run right there by Eric Reed just caught them napping. It was such a great call by Coach Kincaid and his staff that you got to give them a lot of credit, and also Eric Reed, of course.
Yeah, good point, Mo. They are quick, and that is a misdirection, maybe the only way to counter that. Titus will try it longer this time. It is up, it is high, it is far. He got it. 6:36 to play, and Churchill has taken a 7-0 lead over Westlake in the first quarter.
Listen to this Alamo Dome.
I tell you what, Churchill has these fans, and remember, these fans are very, very important to these guys. It's loud down here, and excuse me if I'm screaming, but I can't hear myself hardly.
It's so loud in here.
Well, on our Diamond Shamrock broadcast, was this an explosive first quarter? Westlake on the move at the 49-yard line. They stripped the ball from Robin, recovered by Churchill, and that is the first turnover in the ball game. A 49-yard drive in 6 plays, and Mo Aguilar said it was misdirection. Eric Reed went for 23 yards and the touchdown. Well, you know, they're keying on Derek Gary.
Surely. And who wouldn't? But let me tell you this, Austin Westlake is a very, very tough team, as we have seen. Don't expect them to roll over. They're going to come back harder and harder now. Take a look. This game is going to break wide open.
Titus will kick. The approach. It's a high end over, it may go to the end zone. It does, in and out of the end zone. It goes halfway to Commerce Street.
You think there's some adrenaline pumping on that field? My goodness. These kids are fired up on both sides of the ball. This is why high school football is so great. You can look down on the San Antonio side. These are not only Churchill fans. You can see Letterman's jackets from all over the city, different schools.
And a good crowd from Austin on the other side.
A very good crowd.
Drew Brees brings him out at the 20. Tyler and Robin are the running backs. Robin in motion. Here's the handoff to Tyler, and he gets a yard. At the bottom of the stack is Ben McClellan and Ken Thibodeau, the dandy defensive ends. 2nd and 9. Tried to cross up the Chargers. You have 6:22 to play. Churchill has taken a 7-0 lead. They went 6 plays, 49 yards, a 23-yard run by Eric Reed.
But Drew Brees is a great drop-back passer. He's going to have to settle down and start passing the ball downfield if they're going to put some points on the board.
White and Reed are in motion, and they go out. And here is Brees firing, caught to Reed, and he's up to the 32-yard line, a gain of 12. Making the hit is Zach Willoughby. Radar Raymer's also there. It's at the 32, 1st and 10. That's first down for the Chaparrals. Churchill has 1 or 2, is it? I guess it is. 1st and 10. Churchill leads 7-0. 5:50 to go. White is wide right. He is a 6'5", 180-pounder. Drew Brees looks over a 44 defense. In motion comes Tyler. Here's Brees throwing. It is caught. Fumble and incomplete. Could have been another fumble. Great hit by Radar Raymer. He had his sonar submarined in, and he got the hit on David White, the big guy we just mentioned.
You know, Brad Raymer wasn't even scheduled to start every game at the beginning of the year. They had Jimmy Smith actually at the first position, that middle linebacker
And he got
spot.
hurt.
And Brad Raymer has come on. He is a tough player.
And Jimmy Smith, when he does come in, he is also very effective. Then you got Catman who comes in. Now Churchill in a 4-man front. Here's the reverse to Reed. Reed's got tight daylight, and he gets about 7 yards. Ben McClellan makes the stop. Otherwise, he would have had more daylight. 3rd and 3. Boy, Westlake is so quick, so dangerous, and so good. 3rd and 3 at the 39. They must go to the 42. Crowd is quiet, but it was raucous a moment ago. 5 minutes to go. First quarter. Churchill 7-0. This is a 5-man front by the Chargers. Brees puts Reed in motion. Here's run back, and it's Brees looking. He throws. It is caught on the run and out of bounds. Not quite out of bounds. It's complete to Reed up at the 48. That's just where they took it over a minute ago. Ralph Arredondo makes the hit. Boy, he is almost unstoppable, isn't he, when he rolls to the left? Let's go down to Mo.
Well, right now, Drew Brees and Eric, number 20 for Chaparrals, Brett Robbins are just having their day right now with Jack Willoughby. He's just not able to stay with Robbins, Gary. He's rolling out to the left side of the field, and Robbins is just swinging out there to the flats, and Willoughby right now is trying to stay with him, and he just can't, and it's just going to be open all day. They're going to have to make some adjustments on that.
Yeah, Robbins got 4.5 speed in the 40. It's 1st and 10 at the 48. In motion is Robin. Brees rolling to his right. He gets pressure. He throws. He's got a man in the clear. It's caught and dropped and incomplete. Oh, great defense. Great hit. And it was Catman making the hit. We just mentioned him a moment ago. Also there was Bellotto. Raymer.
Well, if you'll notice what they're doing on that right side is they're sending one running back at Willoughby, and then they're throwing that little safety valve just underneath him, and they've got Reed with his quickness wide open down there.
Jeremy Amos checks in for the Chaparrals, as does Matt Murphy.
Breeze is already 4 of 6 for 51 yards.
2nd and 10 at the Churchill 48. Strong side right. Murphy, Robbins in motion. Here's Breeze rolling to his right. He looks back. He throws long. There's a man down the clear. It's caught. Touchdown. It's to Brett Robin. They just go 48 yards to tie it up. 7-6.
We have seen that happen to Aaron Bellotto. He's the linebacker, and I don't know why they had a linebacker covering Eric Reed, because he cannot keep up. He doesn't have the speed. He's a tough young player, but he had no help over there. Billy Centeno wasn't there. Francois Boyce wasn't there. There was definitely a mix-up somewhere, and when you have a guy with speed like Brett Robin, you've got to have some help over there. Get over and put 2 guys on his coverage.
Dylan Becker will kick it, trying to tie it up. 4:11 to play. We told you Westlake is so explosive. It was 7-0. Now it's 7-6, and he will probably tie it right here. The snap, the kick is up. It is high. It is perfect. So we have a 4:11 time on the clock, and we have a new game. Churchill 7, Westlake 7. Didn't take the Chaparrals long, Mike Anderson. You're on their side of the field.
No, it sure didn't, Gary. They came back with the vengeance, and they were running the curls and the little fake action to freeze the backers. And then when you get, I think they probably had a blitz on while they had the backer manned up on him, maybe a corner blitz or something. And the reason he got free.
7-7. Becker will kick. That's Dylan. And you have Rampani and Gary deep, and it's another line driver. And it's taken by the up man at the 18. And again, it's Centeno to the 25, the 30, cuts outside to the 35, 42-yard line. Great return up to the 41 by Billy Centeno. Well, that's kind of backfiring on the Chaparrals, a 24-yard return. They don't want Gary or Rampani to return it, but Billy Centeno's doing a heck of a job.
Well, you know this is going to be a tough, exciting game all day long. The Churchill Chargers drew first blood, but the Austin Westlake Chaparrals came back and answered with a 7-play, 80-yard drive with a pass and run to Brett Robin. Boy.
In less than 2 minutes. Rampani and Kirschbaum wide left. It's at the 41-yard line. In motion is Derek Gary. Here's the handoff to Reed. Reed's got 5. He's got 6-7 yards. As Eric Reed, tremendous blocking by Dim, Elmore, and Ford. And Heisek makes the stop. Along with Travis Eichenhorst, 225 senior. Brother junior on the defensive end right side.
Well, I want to ask you one quick question. Did that little fade route bring back a memory of a couple other games, maybe? Breeze throws that touch pass so well. He did it against MacArthur and ate him up. Did it against the Clark Cougars.
Rampani and Titus left as wideouts. Titus in motion. Here's the pass. It is going to be caught by Rampani. Tries to turn outside. He's still free down to the 38-yard line, 37-yard line.
I think that one's going to come back. There's a flag down. I think it's going to be a hold.
No, it's going to be against the Chaparrals.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be lining up in it's going to be
holding against the Chaps.
Holding.
That would be an automatic first down. That was an 11-yard pickup, so they'll take the play. Ryan Merrick is cool. You know, he may not have the credentials of Drew Brees, Mo, but he is a great young quarterback.
Well, Gary, he's just gotten better and better as the years progressed. As soon as they finished up and they won that district down there that's so tough at 26-5A here in San Antonio, he's just gotten better. He's had a couple of games where the wind has been pretty strong and he hadn't had that touch. But, boy, there's no wind here today, and he's got the aim right now.
It's at the 37-yard line after an 11-yard pickup, 1st and 10 in Westlake territory. Rampani goes from left to right. Now Peel in motion right to left, comes back the other way. Ryan Merrick, long count, gives it off to Gary. He tries to get by. He does. He's another whistle.
And we're going to have motion on that, guys. The Rampani wasn't set when the other man was in motion.
Oh, okay.
That cost him 15 yards because Gary was down to the 30-yard line. Tough break, but you can't make mistakes like that. Chris Reeves comes out limping a little bit. He had that injured ankle last week, and he'll be replaced by Brian O'Connor, I'm sure, or Brian 2, one of the two. Brian 2, one of the two, or Brian O'Connor.
Well, Gary, real quickly, a note down here on the field. I haven't seen, and I know it's real early in the game right now, but I haven't seen this defense. They're taking off the flag, Gary, because I think they did call a timeout. Jeremy Dennis was on this side over here at wide receiver, and before the ball was snapped, he called a timeout, so they're going to give it to him.
Okay, well, that's what the official's doing, explaining. And now we got a timeout. We haven't got time to break away here because we weren't sure what was going on. So let's go over to Mac Anderson.
Well, Gary, I want to make a comment about the quality. I don't know if everybody in the paper read about the offensive line for Churchill, but these guys, the lowest GPA average is about 86, which is not bad, and 2 of them had 100 average GPAs. So they're not a dumb line. They're very intelligent young men, and they're very aggressive, and I hope that they get in there. And that little move about calling timeout was an example of how smart they do play. And I think this game may come down like last week, where the best disciplined team may be the team that wins out in this thing if it proves out the way it did last week.
Well, speaking of academics, Mac, you may have read also the young man from MacArthur who scored the 1600 on his SAT.
I think it was from Roosevelt.
Actually, it's from Roosevelt. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. From Roosevelt, Sterling Darling aced the test. That is absolutely phenomenal. I think the last time that was done in San Antonio was back in 88.
When I took it.
Certainly not when I took it.
We could add ours together when it comes to 1600. I don't know.
First and 10 at the Westlake 37-yard line. Churchill scored first. I think that's the first time Westlake has allowed a touchdown early in the playoffs. In motion comes Kirschbaum. Merrick back to pass. He looks. He throws. There's a man down there. Can he get there? It's Gary. He dropped it. Great defensive play, and getting a hand on it at the last minute was Aaron Santiso. Derek Gary was open another yard. He would have had 6.
He would have, but Santiso really did a nice job of timing his jump and really threw Gary off and made that ball almost impossible to get his hands on.
Coming into the lineup now is Gibbs, wide receiver. Gary comes out. You have Kirschbaum and Gibbs wide right. Handoff. Eric Reed, he just dives for a yard. Maybe, yeah, he gets a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. And Devin Shade and Jeff White make the stop. Well, he didn't have much chance on that one. The door closed in a hurry. He didn't have a key. 2nd and 10.
Westlake had a little slant on that time, and he slanted right into the hole, and the lineman didn't have a chance.
So Gibbs comes back out. Derek Gary back in. 2:37 to go in the quarter. 7-7 score. Churchill scored early. They are 1 of 2 on 3rd down conversions. Kirschbaum wide right. Rampani wide left. Fake. Play action. Gary.
One-hopped it.
One-hopped it to Eric Reed. That was a bad pass. He bounced it right into Eric. Looked like a shortstop going for a grounder.
I can't tell from my angle down here, guys, but was that ball possibly a lateral?
No, I don't know what it was.
Was it far enough forward that it was a forward pass?
Yes.
Okay.
It was indeed. And I tell you, it was Matt Matza really putting on the pressure to Ryan Merrick, and I think that's what caused him to hurry the pass, to throw the one that he did.
Jeremy Titus checks in, and the Westlake Chaparrals have held after the Chargers.
This is a good time for a fake, guys.
Yeah,
watch it.
You could, that's right. Good point, Mo. It's 4th and 9. Long count. Titus will get it away. He kicks it high. Let's see what happens to it. Goes out of bounds. Not a very good, well, at 11, 12-yard line. So it's a good kick of 25 yards, 15 yards. No, it's at the 37, Walter. 25 yards. 1st and 10. Going from my right to left, 7-7 score, 2:14 to play. Chargers will have to stop the Chaparrals. And you'll have, let's see if John Check is now in there. Yeah, he's over at left cornerback. Then you got Catman in there. Alidondo is the cornerback to the right. Here's the handoff straight up the middle. And, look out, there goes Murphy.
He's gone.
40, 35, 50, 35. He's caught from behind at the 32. Catman catches him at the 32. And that was Jamie Tyler. And he goes from the 11-yard line all the way to the Churchill 32.
He had the angle to the end zone, and just when he tried to cut back to the inside, Catman chased him down from behind. And boy, has that young man turned out to be a very valuable cog in this Churchill defensive machine.
55-yard run by Jamie Tyler. Boy, Westlake will kill you on the ground if they don't do it in the air. We'll go down to Mo at this next play. A giant offensive line, of course, controlling the line of scrimmage, but Churchill is quick. They'll have to be as quick as they can possibly be. This is Breeze. He's back. He rolls. He gets pressure. He throws. It is going to be caught and out of bounds. It's caught by Reed at the 21, a gain of 12. That was very close, Mac.
Yeah, it was close enough. If I was the referee, it'd been out of bounds, but it was a good call, I guess. He might have had 1 foot in. Only let that 1 foot in high school football.
Let's go down to Mo.
Well, that was one of those plays for the Austin Westlake Chaparrals, right?
Oh, you just crazy. We're back to play, and it's Breeze at quarterback, gives it off, and here's the run, and it gains 2 yards. Carrying the ball is Jamie Tyler. Making the hit is McClellan, along with Willoughby.
You know, on the pass coverage, they're really shutting out McClellan and Thibodeau on the ends, doing a nice job. And I promise you, that's got to be part of their game plan because McClellan is so tough putting pressure on the quarterback.
Reed goes out wide right. You've got Tyler and Robin, the running backs. And here is Breeze rolling, keeping, and he's hit hard as he gets to the 15-yard line. And whacking him pretty good is Zach Willoughby. He's played a heck of a game so far. But that's going to be 3rd down and about 4. Good play. Coming back into the ball game is Damian Dixon coming out for the Chargers as they had a little muscle in there. Adam Pratt, 205 defensive tackle. But Dixon is back in. He's got such cat-like quickness. 3rd and 3. Big play for the Chargers. It's 7-7, 34 seconds to play in the quarter. Westlake going from my right to left. Breeze back and stumbling just as he gets there. And it is Tyler. He had no place to go. He stumbled, and also assisting was Willoughby and Arredondo. So it's 4th down and a foot, or actually 2 yards. 4th and 2, and Breeze wants to go for it. And I believe they are. No field goal unit is in. They'll go for it. It's 4th and 2 at the 14.
This is a huge defensive stand for the Churchill Chargers. If they can hold them here, it will really...
That's the end of the first quarter.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why they'd stopped the play. So we have a tie ball game. Churchill 7, Westlake 7 after 1 period of play from the Alamo Dome. 4th and 2 at the 14-yard line. Westlake trying to untie the knot. 7-7 after 1. First play of the second quarter. They've got a giant line. Churchill will have to play its doggedness, its doggone best. Our official crew tonight is from Houston, doing a fine job. Billy Ripley is the referee. So it's 4th and 2. Churchill now tries to stop the Westlake Chaparrals. Handoff. He stopped him.
He didn't get it, guys. He missed it by about a yard.
That was Murphy.
Oh, boy, that was huge. That was huge. But I tell you what, that's it.
That brings the crowd to life. The Chaparrals are not accustomed to this, friends.
Let's take a look at these first quarter statistics. Austin Westlake has a total of 187 yards, 110 passing, 77 rushing, as compared to Churchill's 77 total yards, 36 rushing, 41 passing, but the game is tied.
That's all that counts, Shannon.
That's right.
7-7. So the second play of the first quarter after a brilliant goal line, almost a goal line stand for the Chargers. Merrick gives it to Gary. He's to the 20, 25. Derek Gary, 13 yards, got a great block on the right side. Well, you can stop him most of the time, but not all the time. Even when you stack the line of scrimmage, and he's got a first down, brings him out of the hole. Pulled himself up with a rope all the way to the 25-yard line.
Well, Gary, real quickly, I started to say earlier, and then they waved out the flag, and I got off track, but I have not seen this Austin Westlake defense run on like we've had here in the first half. This Churchill offensive line is doing one heck of a job that nobody thought they could.
5-man front. Merrick Gives it off to Gary. He gets not quite to the line of scrimmage. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. The guy that got him, though, was number 55 in the middle, and that's Jeff White, 195-pound senior middle linebacker. He is very quick as well. So second and about 10 and a half to the 24 and a half.
Gary, number 42, the outside linebacker, came on a hard stunt that time and took out the lead blocker and pushed him back into play. And that's what let the 55, the middle linebacker, come out and make the play. They won't let that happen again, I don't think.
I think you're right. Second and 10 and a half. They're stacking the line again, though, Mac, and here's Kirschbaum in motion. Merrick is the man under. Gives it off again to Gary. He turns the corner. He's to the 25, to the 30, cuts inside to the 35. He's to the 36. First down. The Chargers keep the drive alive. He took a barge down the San Antonio River. He floated into the first down territory and got it. Jesse Pfeiffer makes the stop.
Well, that's a mark of a good player when Derek Gary's being shut down on the inside, when he can take those runs and bounce them to the outside and do his best to gain some yards, and that's 2 first downs that he's got there in just a few short runs.
Titus and Peel wide right, left is Rampani. Going from my right to left now in the second quarter. 5-man front. The 52 defense. Peel goes back the other way. Here's the handoff again. It goes to Gary. Tries to turn the corner, and he slides for a yard. As getting a hand on him was the big Matza.
Also the big green grass here that got him, too. He was kind of going down there. On the previous play, Gary, the defensive right tackle, 84, was blocked down, got up and caught Gary from behind as he made his cut. He made a heck of a defensive play.
Second and 9 at the Churchill 37. Time on the clock, 10 minutes. You got 7-7 score. Rampani, wide left. Merrick wants to fake play action. Getting pressure. He rolls. He throws. It is going to be...
He got it.
He got it.
Oh,
no,
they
wave it off. Amos is defending, and Rampani almost had it. Could have been interference on that play, no?
Well, it sure was. He was kind of riding him there in the back, but it was a good play by Amos. I thought it was going to be an interception there for a while, but Ryan Merrick's got such a strong arm that the ball got through him.
And he didn't have a lot of time either, because he was getting a lot of pressure from the backside here because the guard was looking down the field and not looking back.
So it's third down and still 9. They're 1 of 3 on third down conversion tries. 7-7 score. Churchill needs to keep the drive alive, to keep the ball away from Westlake. That has to be the strategy. Merrick puts Titus in motion. Double tight out set left. He's back to pass. He's got pressure. He's getting sacked. A 4-yard loss. The sack pack worked for the Chaparrals, and leading the play was Pfeiffer and by Travis Eichenhorst, the 2 defensive ends for the Chaparrals. They are a couple of real hosses.
Gary, I think we had a broken play on that because I think Merrick was looking for a man to come from left to right on the motion, and he came from right to left, and that left the backside man uncovered, and he came and put the pressure on him.
Loss of 3, so it's 4th and about 12. And Titus will kick. And Amos is a deep man. The snap is perfect. The kick is away. High one, but not too deep. Taken by Reed at the 32. Tries to cut outside. He's smothered. He loses the yard on the return. Great downfield coverage by Peyton Campbell and by Travis Escobedo. A 34-yard kick, loss of 1 on the return. So the Chaparrals have it at their own 35. Drew Brees, Murphy, and Tyler are the alternating running backs with Robin. And you have Ryan Reed, who has caught over 1,500 yards in passes this year. Wide right is Murphy. Wide left is Reed. Churchill in a 4-4. Now here is Brees. He slips. He tries to run. He's going to be running with it, and he is going to be hit at the 38. He gets 3 yards. He slipped on the turf. I don't know how he ever got free. Brad Raymer makes the stop. 2nd and 7. He was getting tremendous pressure, though, by Thibodeau and McClellan.
Well, you know that turf will reach up and grab you. And something we haven't mentioned yet is these Austin Westlake Chaparrals, they usually play on turf at the home field there in Westlake, in Austin, Texas. They have AstroTurf in their field.
513 points they've scored so far in 1996. This is Brees back to pass. He looks. He's got time. He throws. It's caught. There could be another touchdown. Reed goes all the way. Falling down at the 25 was Arredondo. Churchill has just seen Ryan Reed on the receiving end of a 62-yard bomb from Drew Brees. It's 13-7.
Well, Gary, he was coming right at me when he made the cut, and it was a beautiful route he ran. I guarantee you, he came in with a little outside fake, cut right back across the middle, and the defender never had a chance.
He did, and Mac Arredondo just couldn't catch up when he made the cut. He really bit for the fake, and that was a really nice play by Ryan Reed.
Dylan Becker could put the Chaparrals out in front with 8:12 to play. That's that volatile offense we told you about. That's why Churchill has to keep the football. Here's the snap, the kick. It is up, it's high, it's far, and he's perfect. Well, the timeout on the field. 8:12 to play. The score is Westlake 14, Churchill 7. From the Alamo Dome, the Chaparrals take their first lead, 14-7, with 8:12 to play in the second period. Churchill was stunned. They've had 2 long bombs completed against their secondary, so I don't know whether they're going to have to get to Breeze quicker or just play better defense in the secondary. They don't have that speed to hold down Ryan Reed. Nobody.
Well, you know, the secondary has just been eaten up all day. We saw it happen to MacArthur and the Clark Cougars. And Breeze is 7 of 9 for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty amazing statistics for 2 quarters in, would you say?
Already, with 8 minutes still to go. Here is Becker kicking along when it's going to go deep, and taking it as Gary at the 8. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and that's as far as he can get. So a 12-yard return for Gary, and making the stop downfield is Jason Pfeiffer, the defensive end. Churchill now trailing 14-7.
Pfeiffer really playing like a man possessed today. You know, he plays that defensive end position, 5'11", only 190 pounds, but he is tough.
Well, you've got Jeff White in the middle. He's about 6'3", 195 linebacker. He's a big youngster, and he's the leader in that defensive unit. Now, Churchill trailing at their own 21. 1st and 10. Merrick facing at 40 for the defense. This is a handoff. Gary still moving, still turning, and he gets up to about the 28-yard line, so he picks up about 7.5 yards. Good run by Derek Gary. And it's Matt Matza making the hit. 2nd and about 3. Give him 7, Walter. Gary, it was a little counter inside trap, and that's how and then he changed direction at the last minute. Kirschbaum comes out, so does Titus. And you have double tight end set for the Chargers. Quick count, straight up the middle, and it's going to be short. Gary tries to ram his way forward. It's going to be about a half-yard short. And making the hit is Derek Heisek, the right linebacker. 3rd and about a half-yard.
Well, that's going to be the key for the Churchill Chargers, is they've got to gain yardage in the first down situation, and then they can settle in and stick to their game plan.
Well, Reed is back in for Gary, and you have a half-yard to go. This could be a quarterback keep. Let's see what happens. Merrick, long count. He gives it off to Reed. I think he's got it. Let's see if Mo can call it. Does he have it, Mo? Mo?
Hello, here I am.
Can you?
Yeah, Gary, I think they're going to give it to him, and I'm sorry that I'm breaking in and out. I think these cameras that are all around me are just interfering with the signal up there, but you know that
there's a moral to the story, Mo. Get away from the cameras.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm kind of walking away.
Well, we lost you guys. So let's see. We have measurement here. Let's see if they're going to give it to him. Here's the stretch. Yeah, he got it. By about 4 inches. Mac, Chargers are playing good ball, except for the 2 long bombs. So we're getting interference in the dome with our wireless microphones. We've got so many units off and on, everybody clicking their receivers. And let's hope the Chargers can click their receiver on this play. 6:42 to play in the quarter. 14-7 Westlake. In motion is Titus. Right to left. Handoff, straight up the middle. And trying to actually sidestep and then stutter step and then pick his way forward. The bottom of the stack is Derek Gary. Got a block from Ford, Sturm, and Elmore. And it's Devin Shade and Jeff White make the stop.
Gary, I think the interference we're getting is off the headphones on the sidelines is what the problem is. If we get close to the benches together. Anyway, I'm going to tell you, they're having more success running off right tackle. In the last 2 plays, they've gone off the left side. Look for them to come back to the right side a little bit.
2nd and 8. In motion comes Gary. Look out for him to be on the receiving end. Instead, it's to Eric Reed. Look out, he's to the 40, 45. He cuts to the 50, down to the 46-yard line.
That's what I said, go left.
Eric Reed goes from the 34 to the 46, 19 yards. Reed on the move. Johnny Rogers makes the stop, Mo.
Well, Gary, I was going to mention that somehow Brandon Rampaney's got to get into the scheme of this offensive unit, but right now Eric Reed is the scheme, and he's been having some great runs, and that offensive line, Gary, is doing a marvelous job of blocking right now, and Churchill's on the move.
If they can keep on the move, it could be a new ball game again. It's at the 46-yard line. Here's the handoff, the inside count, no place to go. Reed this time is hit just as he gets to the line of scrimmage, and the 2 big guys inside, 64 and 74, that's Eichenhorst and Pfeiffer make the stop. So no gain, actually lost a yard.
Well, I agree with Mo. They're really going to have to start working the receivers, and Rampani is such a vital part of this offense. But you look at Eric Reed right now, and he has been successful. He's 6 carries for 51 yards, and he's got the 1 touchdown. But I think the Churchill Chargers are going to have to go to the air.
5-man front. It could be a rush. Here's the fake. Here's the reverse. Rampani. Here's Merrick. A great fake. It's a Titus. He can't get there. Johnny Rogers is there, or Amos is there to defend. And now Rogers is putting a mouth on Titus. He better watch out because the referee's standing right there.
Well, if you'll remember, back in the Clark game is when Johnny Rogers really got vocal, and it only takes getting burned once or twice to shut them out.
Titus was there, but the throw wasn't quite long enough.
He needed to have about another 2-3 yards on that throw, or Big Mouth would have never got him. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Johnny Rogers was behind Jeremy Titus. If it wasn't for Jeremy Amos, Johnny Rogers would have been talking to the coaches.
You bet, and he wouldn't have been near as loud, I can tell you.
3rd and 11. Here is Ryan Merrick. He's in the pocket. He throws. There's a man. It's almost picked off by Amos. Intended for Rampani. Just not a good throw by Merrick. He is not throwing as well as he did last week against Harlingen. So that's 4th and punt.
Yeah. Gary looked like he's trying to aim the ball on that one. He was looking for the spot. He was just trying to aim the ball. He didn't just fire the thing and set and throw. And I think he'll get in his rhythm. No, I like the way the young man plays. He'll come back.
I think you're right, Mac. And if you'll watch his feet, he's jumping back and forth. He still looks a little bit nervous out there. I look for him to settle down.
Well, they're only down 14-7. 4:49 to play in the 2nd quarter. Westlake up by 7. Titus in the kick from his own 39. Snap is a perfect one. Boy, what a beautiful kick. This touches the rafters of the Alamo Dome. Taken at the 4, at the 5. Churchill's trying to get something going. He gets a wedge. Look out. He's got to the 10. He's to the 15, the 20, and there's a block, and there's a foul. There's going to be a flag back at about the 20. Making the stop on the far side is...
well, that looked like a covey of quails coming down, didn't it?
44-yard kick and about a 28-yard return.
Yeah.
And it was Brett Coomer who makes the stop, but bring it back. Ben DeLaune clipped.
Boy, that was potentially very dangerous. He had a long way to run.
Yeah, a Churchill Charger almost had him at the 2.
I think it was Catman that almost had his hands on him.
That was number 50, guys. That was Josh Dim, who he just didn't have the speed to stay up with him, but he did almost have him down there at the 2-yard line.
Well, it's still back to the 6 after the penalty. So, but the field position means nothing to the Chaparrals. They've got such a volatile attack. It's at the 6. Churchill has to stop them here. See if they can get a turnover again. This is Drew Brees, a 2-yard drop. He floats it. There it is. But this time it's too far, and Reed can't get there. And Check was with him trying to stay step for step. And actually, Check was closer to the ball than was Reed.
Well, John Check didn't want to let Reed out of his sight. And actually, if he would have broken off a little bit, he probably could have had the interception because Brees floated that ball just a little bit.
Yeah, it was like slow motion. 4:28 to play in the quarter. 14-7, Westlake. 2nd period. White comes wide right with Ryan Reed. Churchill in a 40, almost a 54 defense. Handoff. And it goes to Churchill.
Eric Bellato recovered.
Bellato's got it.
Churchill gets it at the 10.
What a hit.
Huge play.
Who made the hit? I think it was either Dixon or McClellan.
It was Dixon who made the hit, Gary. I saw Dixon's helmet go right in the stomach.
Dixon made a great play. He slipped the center. I'm sitting looking right back behind it. He slipped the center, put the headgear right in the middle of him.
First and goal at the 9, friends.
Was it Dixon that caused the first fumble as well?
Back there it was Willoughby, I believe.
Willoughby, that's right.
First and goal at the 9. Here come the Chargers trying to tie it up. Kirschbaum wide left. In motion is Peel. Back. Fake. Play action. Merrick's got the 5. He's down to the, well, it's out of the 6-yard line. Give him 3.
I think we're going to bring it back.
It's going to be holding against Churchill, guys.
Oh, my. Mistakes you can't make. 4:15 to play, and that will set them back 10 yards.
Yeah, Churchill's got them right where they want them, though. They're down 5-7.
And Mac, I think you might have hit it right on the nail. I think it gives you a little bit more room out here to maneuver and to make call a certain play, because when you're at the 10-yard line, it's 10 yards to the goal line in the end zone, and that's all the room you got.
Now you got 30 yards to work with instead of just 20, and you can make a lot more moves in the secondary.
Well, that's the first penalty on the Churchill Chargers, but that 10-yarder sure cost them. Puts them all the way back to the 19-yard line.
Still first down, so it's a 4-down territory. Time on the clock, 4:13. Austin Westlake 14, Churchill 7. Shannon will recap the scoring for you at halftime. We'll have Hooray for Excellence about academia across the state. So stay tuned. This is Kirschbaum wide. Right in motion is Gibbs. Comes back the other way. This is Merrick looking, keeping, and no place to go. Because closing the door was Pfeiffer again, along with Ben DeLaune, along with also Matt Matza. So only a yard. So it's second and goal from the 18. 3:37 to play.
That play, they had motion to the strong side. They slant to the blocking play. The play went that way, and the whole Westlake team went that way. Look for something on a reverse or a counter coming off that action in the near future. They had the whole Westlake team going that way.
Gibbs and Titus wide right. Gary's the running back. Long count. Merrick looks, throws. There's a man to clear. It's incomplete. Gibbs had it, and a great hit in the secondary by Aaron Santizo. Third and goal from the 18. Well, Merrick is not able to go deep again like he did that one play.
Yeah, they have really closed out the long patterns and in the flats as well.
He's only 3 of 9 for 46 yards.
Well, Gary, look for Rampani. They've got to put him into this offensive plan. I look for that lob pass over here in the end zone. I think that'll work right now because of the speed.
That's 6-man front. This is Merrick back, rolls to his right. He looks, he throws. There's a man clear. Kirschbaum drops it at the 7. He had it, and he turned, and he should have had it.
He just ran before he got it. He just dropped that ball. It was right on the money. That's how he's supposed to throw the ball.
That was a beautifully thrown ball. Titus will try a field goal. It will be a from the 18 back about 10. Yeah, he should have had that one.
You can see it on the replay screen. It was right in the breadbasket, and he just tried to turn and get to the end zone, which he had room to run.
A 35-yard field goal. These are the college goalposts now. There's about 30 inches difference. Here's the kick by Titus. It is up. It is
no good.
Off to the left. So Titus did not have any wind, no factor, just a bad kick. And he didn't get his foot into it. He can boot usually from that distance, but it's 1st and 10 for the Westlake Chaparrals as they escaped the bullet. They held Churchill. It was at the 9-yard line. A penalty sent them back to the 19. They got 1 yard in 4 plays.
Now take a look here. Austin Westlake, watch for him to go long and shoot for the end zone a few times because they want to put these guys down, the Churchill Chargers down for the count going into halftime. And you look for them to work on the deep routes right here.
Adam Pratt is back in defensively. There is Drew Brees, a 4-yard drop. He throws, he's got a man in the clear, and it's to Reed, and he's up to the 32, the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 14. Making the stop over there is Bellato. 1st and 10. Brad Rimmer also in on the stop. 2:51 to play in the quarter, 14-7.
We've got an injured Westlake lineman down.
Gary, you can see number 12, the corner. He started backing off real early. He wasn't going to give him the deep route, and the receiver and the quarterback worked so well together that he read the deep coverage and just broke it off, and the ball was there. And they do it probably one of the best jobs I've seen high school kids do with the quarterback and the receiver in communication. We've seen them in 3 games now, and they've just got a little communication between them playing together so long that they can read the secondary together, and they're right on the money.
any car, any weather. Diamond Shamrock Advanced Gasolines perform, and now the injured Chaparral is being helped up, and that's the offensive lineman, and he's a dandy. Bob Downing, 6'1", 230-pound senior left guard. Don't forget, hooray for excellence at halftime. Talking about other things in Texas classrooms besides just football. It is hooray for excellence.
You know, someone that we haven't mentioned yet is Jerry Comlander and everything that he did to get these two schools playing in the Alamo Dome and
yes,
coordinate it. He sure is a neat man.
34-yard line, 1st and 10. This is Breeze rolling. He's throwing. It is oh, what a great catch by Robin. He bobbled it up to the 45-yard line. And let's see, it was Zach Willoughby making the stop, but Mike Harmon was over there, and Dick Lowry said something about his coverage. That's another first down to the 45. It's another 11-yard pickup.
And sure, Austin Westlake has plenty of time, 2 minutes and 32 seconds,
yep.
And I believe they've got all 3 timeouts remaining.
Well, they are just almost unstoppable. Drew Brees is the quarterback. He's conferred with Rod Schrader, and Reed is out wide left, Murphy wide right. This is Breeze. He rolls, he looks, he throws, caught. And it's about an 6-yard pickup to Reed again. Great hit, though, made by John Check.
I don't know if you just saw that. Right as Drew Brees let go of that ball, Sonny Garcia just tattooed him. And I think that's what Churchill's going to have to do. They're going to have to start pressuring the quarterback. Like I told you earlier, Ben McClellan's being shut out. So they're going to have to maybe do some blitzing, but they've got to get to the quarterback.
A gain of 8, 2nd and 2 at the Churchill 47. They've got to stop them here. They cannot let them win 14 up. In motion is Robin. This is Breeze. He's going to get pressure, and he throws out of bounds. And putting the pressure on was Bellotto.
That's what we're talking about. Drew Brees saw it coming, had to get rid of the ball quickly, and as a result, the pass was not on target.
2nd down and 10. Judson won this afternoon. Texas upset Nebraska. This is 3rd down, and they are 1 of 2 on 3rd down. But it's only 2 yards to go. 3rd and 2. For Westlake, it's 4 down territory. And White is wingman right. Churchill tries to put up a forward wall. Here's the handoff. It goes to Robin. He's outside, and he's got the first down. He picks up 3 yards. And he went outside on a great block. Damian Dixon and Mike Huggins make the stop. I'd give credit on that left side to Lathrop at 250, Downing 230, and Thompson 210, because I think Downey is now back in there. So it will be another first down. They just keep rolling. You've got 1:38 to play. And the quarter, 14-7 Westlake. Out of the huddle they come to the Churchill, 44. Breeze is back. He's getting pressure. Look out, he throws. It is caught. Beautifully caught by Tyler. Oh,
got a bad spot.
Yeah. At the 34-yard line, and that's going to be very close to a first down. Well, Breeze that's the most pressure he's had all night, and he got rid of it, and a great grab. Just a tremendous catch by Jamie Tyler. They've got so many weapons, don't they?
They really do. Dixon and Garcia were really on the pressure.
Well, the replay shows he didn't catch it.
It showed the ball skip off the ground. That's the second tough call that Churchill's had, but you know, that's not an instant replay screen for the officials to use. They've got to call them like they see them, do the best job that they can, but we're not going to take anything away from them now.
Ball skips off the carpet, gives them a first down.
From here, from my vantage point, it looked like he caught it. Mo was right there. He didn't see it skip. You know, that's a tough call to make with the naked eye.
Well, I think he made the catch. You know, they ruled it a catch. My question is, I think they gave him the second bounce off the turf, not the first one.
Mo, you're right there.
Well, you know, Churchill has had a bad crew last week, and this week it looks like this guy over here on the sideline, unfortunately he's over here on the Churchill side, he's made 2 real close calls, and you can't take nothing away from this ref. It happened so quick down here. We see the replay and we see exactly what happened, but when it happens on a bang-bang play, it's a tough call to make.
1st and 10. And it's at the 34-yard line. 2nd down in inches, rather. He didn't make it, but here's Breeze. He pulls out almost too fast. He's going to be sacked. That should be grounding. That's automatic grounding, yes. Great pressure by Thibodeau, Dixon, and McClellan.
Thibodeau just really came in and tattooed Drew Brees. Breeze is backing up, trying to get away, and just couldn't do it.
That's a loss of down.
It's going to be 4th down.
Yep. I tell you, the biggest guy one of the biggest guys, Matt Latham, was getting a chewing by the offensive line coach over there, because that was his man, and he let get in there. That's loss of down, so it's 4th down.
Third down. I'm sorry, guys.
It should have been loss of down, right?
That was the 2nd down.
Oh, okay. You're right. 3rd and now about 16. Churchill has to stop. You got a minute 10 to go. Breeze puts a man in motion. He wants to throw. He throws long. Same play.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Amos goes all the way to the 14. He got by one Churchill defender, and the only guy that had a chance to get him was Mark Harmon.
Let's talk about that for just a second. If you notice, Reed caught the ball. Mark Harmon never looked back. He had run 6 or 8 yards before Mark Harmon even noticed that the ball had come. He just started to look over his shoulders. These guys have got to feel like they're being beat, and they are up and down the field.
3 of 10 for Merrick. That's it. Now he's back to pass one more time. He throws it. It's complete to Rampani. He's got he's got the 1st down at the 40.
We got a flag over here.
Could be against Churchill. Let's see. Oh, it's against the Chaparrals.
They're going to be offsides, Gary.
Churchill will decline this one because they got almost 11 yards on the play. 38 seconds to go. They'll have to go deep and fast. And they refuse it, and they're going back to play. Merrick brings him out. Got a trip set, left and right. 21-7. Chaparral, here's the handoff. It's to Gary, 40, 45, cuts outside of the 50, outside to the 45, and he's out of bounds at the 45. Great run by Derek Gary from the 30 to the 45. 25 yards for Derek Gary, his longest run of the night, but that was a very smart play, just running out of bounds. 29 seconds to go.
Well, Derek Gary is a true competitor, but I think I've said it before, and I think they're going to have to go to the air.
I look for him to go deep on this play. It's a trip set for Churchill. This is Merrick. He fakes. He throws. There's a man clear. Should have been interference, right?
It should. Tim Key pushed Rampani out of bounds, just forced him out of bounds, and that was about 15 or 20 yards downfield. There's no flag. That was right in front of you, Mo. What'd you see?
I saw the same thing you did, and I don't know what he saw, but I know that he went 15, 16 yards, and he got pushed out. I mean, he got literally pushed out of bounds, but no call.
2nd and 10 at the 45. Hand up. Go. Here's another whistle. Let's see what this one is. It could be illegal procedure. Well, Churchill sure getting its share of the penalties, no doubt about that. Illegal procedure. They get 2nd and 15.
Well, that's the 2nd time Churchill's been penalized this evening.
And you've got 24 seconds on the clock. They'll have to go deep. Merrick rolls to his right. He throws. He zips it. It is incomplete.
Oh, boy.
Kirschbaum.
Jeremy Amos had his hands on it and saw end zone ahead with nobody in between himself and ringing the bell. Just couldn't hang on.
The key to this game so far was the drop pass at the 9-yard line. Churchill could have tied it up. Instead, they missed the field goal, and it's now 21-7. And you've got 18 seconds to go, and it's 3rd and long.
I look for them maybe to just, they might just try to run this out right here.
No, they won't. They'll go for it. They'll go deep. Merrick puts Gibbs in motion. Long count. Back. Rose sets up the screen. Incomplete. Intended for Gary, and Shade was defending. So 4th down. That was not a good throw. Merrick has not been able to get really many good passes away, just getting tremendous rush. So it's 4th and 15. Penalty, set him back. A couple of mistakes after a 25-yard run by Gary. See, they look so good, and then something happens. Of course, a lot of it's the Westlake defense that happens, too. Titus will kick with 14 seconds to go. With 14 seconds, Westlake's got a chance to go again. 5th punt for Jeremy Titus. Here's the snap. Almost blocked.
There's a flag at the line of scrimmage.
Could be offsides. Let's go down to Mo.
Nice catch, Mo.
Thank you.
Did you see who got Did you see who got that punt when as it went out of bounds?
It just bounced. Did I see who it hit? No, it didn't hit nobody.
No, I said, did you see who caught it?
Oh, I caught it.
Dead ball foul.
Thought you were going to run with it for a minute there.
Against the Chaparrals.
Yeah, that's going to be an automatic first down for Churchill with 8 seconds left. They can go inside and see if they can go into the end zone here. And right now, you know, for the Churchill Chargers, it's very important for those coaches to talk to these kids and try to get their momentum back, because this halftime, this first half, I mean, the Austin Westlake Chaparrals have really dominated, and they've had the plays, and the Churchill defense has to make adjustments, the offense has to make adjustments, and usually Churchill does. You remember, guys, they've been down in the Marshall game and tied in the Harlingen game, so they're able to do it.
Yeah, they can. 8 seconds to play. Last play, perhaps. This is Merrick. He's set. And he is hit by Devin Shade, and that put him in the sunlight. And he feels that one, and that's the end of the first half.
Boy, that was a solid
3 seconds to go.
By Devin Shade. 204 pounds just crashing down on him.
Well, Churchill with 3 seconds to go wants perhaps one Hail Mary pass from the 44-yard line, 43.
You know, Ryan Merrick is just not getting any help from his offensive line. These guys in the second half, they have really got to buck up and show these guys that they can get the job done, because they sure haven't done it thus far.
Well, you're going against a huge line. Well, not really too bad. They're just so quick. 204, 225, 190, 190. If those are indeed the true weights, because a lot of coaches don't put the real weights on.
Come on now.
You never did that, did you, Coach Mack?
No, I always made them look big. My guys were midgets, so I made them pump them up big time all the time.
It's 2nd and 22, the last play of the quarter coming up.
And guys, in the first quarter, when Merrick had time and was throwing the ball well, the line was doing an outstanding job. I think Westlake has gone to moving around a lot, doing some stunning, some cross stunts and X stunts and things like that. And they're having a little trouble picking them up. And the adjustments they made on the sidelines don't seem to be correct. I think they'll go in the locker room and maybe go back to what they started out doing with their assignments and the switch-offs and those type of things.
So this is the last play of the quarter. And it's 21-7, Westlake, after Churchill had taken an early 7-0 lead on a 23-yard run by Eric Reed. You got a triple wideout set right. Hail Mary time. And here's a long one by Ryan Merrick. It's going deep, 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 deep. Intercepted at the 1, and down is Amos. Intended for Peel. He was in the end zone, but it wasn't far enough. And that's the end of the first quarter, and the first half. Time out on the field. Our score is Westlake 21, Churchill 7. Perhaps his last game, it will be Westlake to receive, and Churchill will kick it away. They trailed 21-7. They scored first. A 23-yard burst by Eric Reed, but then the Chaparrals took over. It was all Austin Westlake. Rockin' Robin, that's Brett Robin. Boy, he's awesome. And then Ryan Reed. So we're ready to go, and here is Tinnis. Jeremy kicks it away. It's going to go long and deep on the fly. Taken and bobbled and picked up. And it is to Ruck out. There's Robin, 35, and up to the 37. 25-yard return, and making the stop is John Albert down on the specialty units. But even though he bobbled it, Robin was able to get 25 yards on the return.
Well, Robin is such a great athlete. We've seen him bobble a few balls tonight, and he can one-hand them with either hand. And on top of that, he is so quick and so fast. Great acceleration.
A super sophomore.
And only a sophomore. Isn't that amazing?
Breeze at quarterback. He wants to row. He's got daylight. He fakes, and he gets, 7 yards. McClellan tried to take him, but he got by, and finally Ben makes the stop up at the 42-yard line. 43, they say, so that's going to be a gain of 7 yards, 2nd and 3.
I don't know if you just saw that hit that Bob Downing put on Aaron Bellato to make the block. He knocked him about 3 yards back into the defensive backfield. He's a big kid, 6'1", 230 pounds, a senior, and he may play somewhere. 2nd and 3
as Reed goes out wide left. He's going to be a college prospect, a senior. Gets a lot of looks already. In motion goes Robin. And this is Breeze. Oh, and he is throwing just at the last second. It's bobbled and dropped by Reed. He had it, and Willoughby and Raymer were defending. 3rd and about 3. They put the pressure on. They just couldn't get there in time.
Well, Drew Brees has such a quick release, and that's what enables him to get the ball off even when he's under such tight pressure.
Paid attendance. I'm sorry. Paid attendance 15,169. Coming in with the play is Hayden Bigby. Riggle. And now Churchill threatening a blitz. This is Brees. He wants to roll. He's got pitching at the last minute. Same play. Robin has got the first down, 45-40, all the way down to the 30-yard line.
That's going to be holding.
Going to be holding on number 2, Reed. It's a good call, too, guys. He had his hands on the outside of him.
Well, that was Ken Thibodeau who finally made the stop, but maybe that's why he went so far on the run.
Well, Coach Mack, what can you tell us there? They're covering the quarterback, but the pitch man has got all kinds of daylight. What kind of adjustments do they need to make there?
Well, they're going to have to do something to either close on a quarterback in a hurry, or they're going to have to slow playing one of the two and let the safety. What they're trying to do is that wide receiver, Reed, is attracting 2 people. That makes it soft on the pitch. So they're going to have to make a choice here. And Westlake's doing a good job of looking at their adjustment and coming out with the option play.
Well, they haven't moved the chains back. It's 3rd and 1. I guess it was from the spot.
Foul.
Okay. 3rd and 1, and this is Brees, gives it off, and here's the first down. There's just no stopping that big line. Robin makes the first down. He picks up 4. And at the bottom of the stack is Sonny Garcia, and also getting up is Zach Willoughby. That big line just surges forward, and it's like a tide that you can't stop on the beach. 1st and 10, it's at the 49. They already lead it 21-7. If they go in here, it's over. Out of that they come, and there is giant Seth McKinney, 6'5", 290. He's over on the left side, and you've got Matt Lathrop on the right side. He's 6'3", 258. And this is Drew Brees giving it off. And here's that same play, a little counter. It's to Robin, and they know he's going to carry it, but he gets 5 or 6 yards before Ben McClellan makes the stop, along with Brad Raymer. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Gain of 5.5.
Churchill now is not looking very aggressive. They're not attacking the ball. They're waiting for it to come to them and then grabbing the runner as he goes by. And granted, you have to attribute some of that to the big line, but they've got to get aggressive here, get mean if they want to win this game.
You're right. And it's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff, and here's Brees again on the rollout again, and he gets the first down to the 40. And it's Brad Raymer on the stop, but that rollout is killing the Chargers.
Well, that time they froze the linebacker with a ride on the fullback, and then they pulled it out and held the linebacker a little bit. Actually, they did a pretty good job of getting outside to cover it as well as they did because of that fake inside. 1st and 10 at the Churchill 40. Here come the Chaparrals. 9:37 to go, 21-7. They're racking up the yardage. They already had 357 at halftime. I want to thank our many sponsors for this one tonight. We'll tell you who they are momentarily. White and Reed are wide right. Strong side to the right, and in motion is the fullback, and this is Drew Brees. He's throwing. It is going to be almost intercepted.
Mike Huggins, boy, he had it in his hands, and that one was thrown on a frozen rope. He just wasn't able to hang on, but that was an interception in the making if Mike could have hung on.
North Star Mall joining our broadcast crew tonight, along with the Hack Shack, Mamas, and El Hado. So thanks to all of those sponsors, as well as Diamond Shamrock, for letting us bring you this ball game on Ken's AM 1160. We hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a good one with about 17 to 18,000 people in the dome, if you consider all the freebies. Now that'll come the Chaparrals. It's 2nd down and 10 to Churchill 40. Churchill in a threatening blitz situation. This is Brees, and he throws. It is caught and at the 20. And he was racked just as he let go, but he gets up and he completes the pass. But he remembered that one.
He sure did, and that's what they need to do all day long. But if you'll notice, they just threw that ball over linebacker Aaron Bellato. I think Arredondo should have been there on the help, but it was all Bellato, and the receiver got behind him. If he wouldn't have fallen down, that would have been 6 points.
21 yards. We'll go down to Mo and Mack in just a moment. It's Westlake keeping the drive alive. 9 minutes to play. They go in here. They may turn out the lights. In motion. And this is the straight up draw, and it's to Robin. He gets 4 more. Let's go down to Mo.
Well, right now the Churchill Chargers on their heels, Gary. The secondary is kind of confused down there. There's only 2 receivers that are coming out right now. It's maybe the tailback is coming out and going to the flats, but it's nothing difficult, nothing hard that the secondary is not able to do. They're just not getting there. They're not going where the ball is. They're in a different spot all the time, and they just need to make an adjustment and get up and start thinking about this football game, because they got to stop them right here with 8:24 in the third quarter.
Grant Chalmers out, Jamie Tyler in for Westlake, and here is the chase, and Drew Brees is trying to get by, and let's see, he throws. It's going to be incomplete. A touchdown saving grab by Mike Huggins, who knocked it away at the last minute. Reed had a touchdown, and Huggins got there in time.
Ben McClellan was in pursuit, and he almost had his hands on Breeze just a few times. Couldn't get there, but a great effort. That's what you got to do. You got to hurry him up.
Well, Shannon, I don't know if I'm going to look over here at the replay, but it sure did look like he crossed the line of scrimmage.
Well, I wasn't really keeping an eye on that, but you're right. It did.
You guys quit watching TV and start talking.
It's at the 16-yard line. It's 3rd and about 7. And Breeze puts Chalmers in motion. He's getting pressure again. He throws. It is caught by Reed at the 10. And that should be enough for a first down. They just can't seem to get to him and stop him at all. Making the hit is John Check. But Reed catches another one. I don't know how many times he's caught the ball, Walter, but he must have a bunch of them. How many receptions has he got? 6. Is that all he's got? Seems like it's 16.
Well, Breeze has been doing a nice job of putting the ball in different parts of the field. But you notice John Check, he's doing a nice job on the coverage, and he's showing Ryan Reed a lot of respect. He's giving him about a 10-yard pad, 10-yard cushion, and just trying not to let him get behind it.
Well, it's 1st and goal at the 10. Handoff, Robin, and he's got 5. Down to the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal. He has tremendous surge. Billy Centeno makes the stop, but before he is ever hit, he's got about 3 yards because of that big line. Westlake is just pouring it on now, pressuring the Churchill Chargers. Coming out on the specialty team unit is Taylor Cawley. Coming in is Adam Pratt. And it's 2nd and goal at the 5. Churchill lets him go in here. It means they have kept the ball over 5 minutes and have a big lead. In motion goes Ryan Reed. And here's the rollout going to the left. Here's the pass intended for Robin, incomplete.
Oh, boy.
I think
I was
Huggins
looking for a flag on that one.
Huggins got by with one.
He did. Boy, that was sheer luck. Huggins tattooed him before the ball got there.
But he was behind Reed, and the referee was in front, so he didn't see him hit him. 3rd and goal at the 5. 21-7.
There it was on the replay. He mugged it.
Well, it finally went one the other way, but it may be too late to help. We'll go down to McEnroe momentarily. Here we go. It's strong side to the left. Breeze is the man under. Puts Chalmers in motion. He wants to roll. He pitches at the last minute. Same play. Here comes Robin. He scores. That same pitch out roll, Robin gets it, and he goes in, and they just can't stop the Chaparrals, and we got a Charger shaking up.
I think it's Bellato that's down.
And we got a timeout as Bellato's shaken up, but Churchill goes down 27-7 as the Chaparrals have held the ball for 5 minutes and 7 seconds of the 3rd period. They took it and have kept it the whole time. It's that same play, the rollout, and they know it's going. They just couldn't stop it. 12-play, 64-yard drive.
Well, Gary, I'll tell you what's happening. They've got Churchill totally guessing right now. They haven't got a clue which way they're going to go, which way is which, and they're running. They got a great mix of the run, the pass, and you know I've been coaching most of my adult life, and Reed runs probably as good a routes as anybody I've seen, and he just got a little something about his running action and his movements that gives him the opportunity to make the cuts and get where he's going to. They've got these cornerbacks turned around completely.
And he is so sneaky quick, too, isn't
he? He is sneaky quick. And, of course, he and the quarterback, Breeze, have a great rapport together, and that's the secret to that passing attack. Those guys know where they're going to be.
Bellato is up and coming off the field under his own power, so he's okay. And now they're going to go for the PAT. We have a score of 27-7 as the Chaparrals trying to put it out of reach here. Churchill has not touched the ball yet in the 3rd quarter. This will be a PAT by Dylan Becker. Snap. It's up. It's good. And our scores now, as we near the halfway point of the third quarter, 28-7 in favor of the Austin Westlake Chaparrals. Walter Stoops had a great point, 28 unanswered points after Churchill scored first and early, and boy, they were shut down after that as Chaparrals really closed the corral gate. There have been a lot of changes around Texas since Diamond Shamrock first sponsored these UIL playoffs back in '63. When our cars and trucks, even our roads have changed, folks, well, you still depend on Diamond Shamrock brand. Diamond Shamrock advanced gasolines are seasonally blended with the performance power to keep their engines running clean and efficient. Yep, Diamond Shamrock must be doing something right. Today, the #1 gasoline convenience store name in Texas, and just like Texas, it is still growing strong. Just like the Chaparrals, they get stronger as they get older. And Dylan Becker will kick it away. And here's the approach, and here's the boot. Going to go short again, and this time it's taken by Rampani at the 10, gives it to Reed, Derek Gary, and he tries to get up to the, and that refueled nobody at all, especially in it for the Chaparrals. Down there chasing him was Bradfield Heiser, and Brett Chalmers didn't scare them at all as Heiser and Chalmers make the stop. So it's 1st and 10, 6:46 to play. The first time Churchill has had the ball, they nailed trail by 3 touchdowns. First time in the third quarter.
This isn't the same Churchill team that we have watched all year long. They're just not playing with any amount of confidence.
Not like they were last week. We'll go down to Mack after this next play. This is Peel in motion. Merrick gives it off to Gary. He gets a block. He's to the 20. Cuts outside to the 25. And still on his feet at the 27-yard line. Great run by Derek Gary. First down. No, not quite, is it? Did he get it or not? It depends on the spot.
Looks a little
Yep, he got it. 10 yards by Gary. Isaac made the stop.
Well, Gary, you know, one of the things that you know, we say that Churchill's not in sync. A lot of that, you got to give credit to the Westlake team.
Oh, yeah.
They've done it, too.
Oh, they're awesome on defense. Their defense is as good as their offense. 5-man front. This is the fake. Play action. Great fake by Merrick. He throws. It is incomplete. Intended for Peyton Campbell. And he had a great play fake, but then he was getting tremendous pressure from the inside tackle, Ben DeLaune.
Westlake seems to be taking them out of their timing just a little bit. They're rushing. Merrick's rushing a little bit. They're not waiting on the fakes to freeze the linebackers and everything. They just kind of take. Churchill's trying to play hurry up, catch up, and they're not going to do it that way.
Merrick is only 4 of 16 for 46 yards. My.
He's still my favorite quarterback.
Yeah, he's a good one. Here's Gary. Tries to get by and is going to be swarmed under and chased out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. As again, Pfeiffer leads the third. This Westlake team is so well coached. They've got so much talent and ability too.
Well, now it seems that Churchill's getting stuck in a bit of a rut. You know, they had some success running to that left side, bouncing Gary from the inside out, and they've shut him down the past few times he's tried to run that.
And they're 2 of 8 on third down, so they haven't converted very well either. This is 3rd and long. And here is the play action. And look out, Merrick is sacked all the way back to the 15. And
Eichenhorst.
Yep, Eichenhorst he was a real horse. Merrick never saw him. He was still running when Eichenhorst. I don't know who missed a block on that, Mac, but somebody did.
Well, they had all kinds of stunts going on because they knew it was 3rd and long. They had him where they want him, so they just brought some defensive end and inside tackle on a hard stunt, and nobody could pick him up.
And it's a loss of 9. So Churchill beginning to fall into the pit, and there won't be any Caterpillar to help move him out. Titus will kick from his own 5. Long count, and here's the snap. And it's perfect, and he will get the kick away. And it's a beautiful spiraling kick. Taken by Amos at the 45, turns to the outside 50, 45, 40, 30, and finally is tripped up at the 28-yard line. Golly, he almost broke it, and getting the hand on him was Jimmy Pittman.
We got
That's going to be a personal foul on Austin Westlake, Gary.
37-yard kick, 27-yard return, but a personal foul on the Chaps. You know, they have not looked like a real. Sometimes they look so great, and then they will make a mistake on but they're so awesome that they overcome their mistakes.
Yeah. Their discipline is a little bit like, what we call the discipline. They do the rah-rah stuff and all that kind of stuff.
They have an arrogance that permeates the whole team.
They do, but they back it up with some actions on the field with the record they've got, whatever. But I want to tell you something. The guy that threw the key block on that punt return right there was Ryan Reed, the receiver. He can block too.
He is a dandy. And, as we've talked about, a college recruiter, if I were in their position, I'd want to take Breeze and Reed together. They're such a great combination.
And Seth McKinney and Matt Lathrop.
Oh, yeah.
I'd take all four of them.
That's the 5th time that Westlake's been penalized for 61 yards.
But it's back to the Churchill 37, but it makes a little difference the way the Westlake Chaparrals can move. Here's this time they finally stopped Robin after only 2 yards. Sonny Garcia is there. And also getting up off the bottom of the stack was Thibodeau and Raymer. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. 5:18 to go, and the Chaparrals have had the ball all but about a minute and a half in this quarter. So they have totally dominated this. They say Churchill is a second-half team, but you can't be a second-half team if you don't get your hand on the ball. Reed is wide right, set nearing the high school records, I understand, from UAL AD Charlie Brightham. Here's the throw again, and Reed drops one. I can't believe it.
Well, that one was thrown just a little bit short, and there was that cushion by Check. Now, Check could give him a 10-yard cushion. That's fine. But when that ball comes, he has got to come up and either try to make the play or make the hit. He can't wait for Reed to catch it and then try to tackle him as he runs by. That is my case in point. The Chargers are just not aggressive today. They're timid. They've been put back on their heels, and they're not rising to the occasion.
Chalmers and Robin are the running backs. It's 3rd and 10. In motion is Chalmers. This is Breeze. He looks, he throws. It is caught.
Ooh, nice catch.
By little down and in. He knew he was going to get hit. He got hit by Bellato. Rather to White this time. And there's a Churchill. Arredondo is shaken up, but he gets up. 12-yard pickup. 1st and 10. Oh, my.
Well, right when you think you got them, they do a pass like that. It's not number 2 for Westlake, Ryan Reed. Now it's to White. They have a lot of arsenals on that offensive unit.
They've got so many big guns, they don't know which one to load. And now coming out wide right is Matt Murphy. This is Breeze. He throws long. It's going to be, oh my goodness.
Now that's exactly what that secondary needs to do, Gary. They need to put a punishment on that guy so that he just won't run wild back there. He'll be thinking about him getting hit.
He already is.
Wait a minute. We've got Arredondo down on the far sideline. I believe that's Arredondo.
You also got Reed.
They got Reed and Huggins down.
Look there on the replay. He just put the hurt on him. That is a textbook defensive play. Right as the ball got there, he launched into him. But unfortunately, in the process, put one of his own players down as well. It looks like Reed is up. He's okay, and that's good to see. And I can't tell if that's Arredondo on the far side of the field.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
He got hurt on that last pass, or that touchdown pass back in the first half. That I think he either pulled something, or he's been trying to play on it, hurt here in the second half.
Well, the Churchill Chargers are about to see the Westlake Chaparrals hit the end zone one more time. They already trailed 28-7. Such a brilliant opening for the Chargers when Eric Reed went 23 yards, but it has gone downhill since.
It sure has. You know, the Chargers came out. They looked like they were going to jump into their game and really play well. But the Austin Westlake Chaparrals said, no, sir. We're going to do it just the way we want to, and they have dominated all evening long. Boy, Arredondo really looks like he's in pain as he limps off the field.
Tough young man. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. And now in for Ryan Reed is Brad Klein at wide receiver. Here again is a handoff straight up to Tyler. He's down to the 23, spins. He's still on his feet and still moving, gets 9 yards. Takes 3 Churchill Chargers to bring him down. Jamie Tyler. And we have another measurement for a first down. No, they're going to say time is rolling. It's not quite a first down. It's 2nd and 1. As McClellan was in on the hit along with Mike Huggins, and you have 4:08 to play in the quarter, 28-7. Westlake, if they go up here, you'll see the Churchill fans start to head for the exits, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm. And we have had a great crowd. I mean, if you look around, we have got the entire bottom section full.
Yes.
Part of the upper section on both sides. Phenomenal crowd here in the Alamo Dome.
This is Drew Brees. What a great one. Here's the handoff. He's got the first down. Just simply follows the block of Thompson, Nethercutt, Downing, McKinney, and Lathrop. And they could move a house.
You talk about the crowd there. You need to pat old Walter on the bat there. Old Mr. Stat himself, we were down there eating at halftime, and he says, how many's here? About 15,000? I said, oh, 12 to 15. He hit it, what, he missed it by 100?
Well, he didn't figure in all the freebies. They're about 1,000. So you're about 16-something.
Mac, we don't like to fuel his fire like that. You know it.
First and 10 at the 12. Here come the Chaparrals. Inside counter. It goes to Tyler. He spins and gets to the 10. Gain of 2. Milano was there. Sonny Garcia. Damian Dixon. As well as Brad Raymer.
I promised Walter I'd mention that if he'd split the raise with me.
You know, Gary, one thing about these Austin Westlake runners, they can get hit behind the line of scrimmage or in front of the line of scrimmage or beyond it. These guys are always trying to get that extra yard, and it's real impressive to see these guys. It doesn't matter if it's Robin or if it's Tyler, whoever's back there, they're always so aggressive.
Second and 8, a handoff again, and close to the 5, and it's Robin one more time. No check that big Jamie Tyler. Stopped by Raymer one more time, along with Zach Willoughby. So it's getting close to the goal line. 3rd and 3 at the 5.5. 2:30 to play in the 3rd quarter. 5 of 7 on 3rd down for the Chaparrals.
Well, look at these guys. You've got Tyler 7 carries for 75 yards. Robin 10 carries for 52 yards. They're tough to stop, along with that passing game.
Strong side left with all the meat and size over there. And here's Drew Brees. It's to Robin. Look out, the same play scored on before. He will be stopped at the 1.
The thing they're doing, too, is they're just doing what they want to now. And guys, you know, we got to give them credit. They're a good ball club, and they're eating the clock up. They've had the ball almost 10 minutes of this quarter. Well, not quite 10 minutes, about 7 minutes of this quarter already.
More than that.
More than that, excuse me.
About 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
Churchill had it in a little over a minute.
Yeah, really.
So it's 1st and goal at the 1. They'll go in here and put it away. And so the Churchill Chargers have had a great year, but they're going to see it buried here in Mission Park North. And Breeze goes in for the touchdown. Well, they haven't.
He didn't make it.
Well,
He didn't make
I
it
guess
yet.
he didn't.
They didn't make
Aaron
it.
Bellato made a great play up above on top when Breeze went tried to go through the end zone, and they met right there, and he didn't get in.
2nd and go, but time is ticking away. 1:30 to go. But almost the entire 3rd quarter has been occupied by the Chaparrals. My. Great replay this time, showing that it was a tremendous defensive play. And 2nd and go. This is Breeze, big kid. In motion is Reed. He fumbles it, and let's see. Chaparrals get it back. Churchill, McClellan had a chance at it, but it squirted away from him.
I started to tell you they might fumble in the air and run it back for a touchdown, you know.
It seemed like that ball stayed there right at McClellan's feet for about 3 minutes. Nobody came to get it, but all of a sudden, number 25, Tyler, comes in and jumps on it.
Tell you what, Churchill may be down, but they ain't out, guys.
They're playing hard, playing their hearts out.
That's high school football for you. These guys are out here putting it all on the line, both sides. I got to compliment both teams here.
Been a great season for the Chargers. 30 seconds to go in the 3rd. 3rd and go. Breeze. Look for a pitch out now to Robin. Gives it off to Tyler, and let's see.
He didn't get in, guys.
I think they stepped him again.
Yep.
Stepped him again. 4th and go.
Great goal line stance, and Zach Willoughby came up and met Tyler head on.
Well, you got to give the Chargers a lot of gutsy credit here. They're showing a lot of intestinal fortitude, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Wow. So we have a score of 28-7 in favor of the Westlake Chaparrals over the Churchill Chargers. And my land, what can you say? We'll keep it right here, letting you know, Kevin and Julie, that more and more Texans are discovering gold every day. The Diamond Shamrock Preferred Gold Card credit card. For every gallon of Diamond Shamrock Advanced Gasoline you pump, the Preferred Gold Card pays you back up to 2 cents per gallon of super unleaded. You get all the security and convenience of a regular credit card, plus the more you drive, the more you save. Pick them up You can pick up an application wherever you buy quality Diamond Shamrock Advanced gasoline. Start turning gold into cash first thing tomorrow. Well, the night is on the wane, but it has been a wonderful evening of football in the Alamo Dome. First time ever we've had a playoff game. The Churchill Chargers were the host. The Chaparrals are the guests, but they have come in and have taken a 28-7 lead. This is 4th and inches on the 1-yard line. Churchill, if they were just to stop them here, would at least give them some kind of momentum going into the 4th quarter. Mac and Mo, we appreciate all your help all season long. You've done a tremendous job. Walter Stoops, too. Let's see, 15 plays in this drive. It's at the, actually, it's inside the 1.
I mean, the point of the ball is just almost across the line. It doesn't get any closer without
It's about a foot from the line.
Well, let's see.
A little less than a foot.
And it's a giant line, don't forget that. Here's the handoff. Robin, he goes in. He got it. That big line, I tell you, they went over Seth McKinney, 6'5", 290. Nobody out there can even come close to his size. And that makes it 34-7. Now it's a pigskin runaway, but the Chargers have had a great year. They've had the ball. Let's see, they had about a minute and a